Hey, gorgeous. Welcome to Season 2 of the Hormone P.U.Z.Z.L.E Podcast. I'm your host, Coach Kayla Smith, CEO of the Hormone P.U.Z.L.E Society, a women's health hub for fertility, hormones, and the business of coaching, creator of the Hormone P.U.Z.L.E method, an infertility warrior, two-time boy mom, and women's health expert. This podcast is for women struggling with infertility, painful periods, terrible PMS, or really just any symptom of hormone imbalance that they are ready to eliminate for good. Tune in weekly as we interview amazing experts in the fields of women's health, breaking down those hormone walls, nerding out on nutrition, and having way too much fun. Whether you're beginning your journey or you've been struggling for years, we're going to finally help you put those pieces of your hormone puzzle back together so that you can get pregnant and eliminate those pesky symptoms for good. Are you ready? This season is packed with even more expert guests sharing groundbreaking knowledge, giving you that jolt of energy that you so desperately need, sending you lots of virtual hugs, and inspiring you to take your fertility into your own hands and make that baby. Thank you so much for tuning in. Now let's get started on your road to transformation. Melissa Buchan believes that a well-crafted menstrual cycle is a powerful daily empowerment practice. 15 years in the fertility awareness arena, her passion for coaching and advocating for women and couples paved the path to her new program, Chart Your Cycle, an online coaching platform empowering women all around the world to know their bodies, confidently practice natural birth control, navigate infertility, and advocate for their own restorative reproductive health care. The first neo-fertility advisor in the United States and a Duke-trained integrative health coach, Melissa uses a coaching framework to help women create a well-charted cycle that serves as a diagnostic tool to investigate the root cause of reproductive and hormonal imbalance issues. She helps her clients build a web of support with clinicians who take a restorative approach to women's health care, and she partners with her clients to create a customized plan of action for meaningful lifestyle shifts that optimize health and well-being. Let's welcome Melissa to the show. Hey, Melissa, welcome to the show. Thanks so much for being here.
Hey, Keela, really looking forward to today's conversation. Thanks so much for the invitation to chat with you.
Definitely. So exciting. So tell us a little more about who you are. And I think you have your own personal story with secondary infertility, if I'm not mistaken. So let's chat about that. Tell us more about that.
Absolutely. Yeah. When people ask me what I do for a living, I always tell them, do you really want to know?
Right.
Because I teach women to chart their menstrual cycle as a foundational primary diagnostic tool to getting to the root cause of infertility, as well as utilizing the information for natural birth control and just really overall self-empowerment and self-awareness, because, you know, we all really work so hard to get to optimized health and well-being. And I firmly believe it really starts with a well-charted cycle, tapping into who we are. But my story, before I got to where I was in teaching cycle charting, it started with being on the pill. And I'll kind of backtrack a couple of years before that. So I was in high school. I was a late bloomer, started my period late. When it did finally come, I was already driving.
Oh my goodness.
I hadn't had my period yet. And it came with vengeance, and it was far and few in between. And now I fully recognize the importance of when a young girl starts menarche and starts to cycle naturally, that it takes time and patience for the brain and the pituitary gland in the brain and the ovaries to really build a healthy, strong connection. Sometimes it can take upwards of 3 years. Well, for me, it was just a lot of pain, a lot of fatigue. And there was a summer where I was traveling abroad. I was a exchange student in France, navigating this new country in a language I really wasn't confident in, and I felt absolutely horrible. I
Oh,
actually thought I had a kidney infection. I was in so much pain trying to
oh my
get to a
God.
doctor. Lo and behold, I started my period. Staying with a host family, let me just say it was embarrassing. Ruined sheets. I was just caught
Oh
off
no.
guard and it was totally unmanageable. So as soon as I got back to the States, my mother, of course, took me to the doctor. We wanted answers. Why were my periods so darn painful,
Mm,
irregular, heavy, and why was I so darn tired all the time? I wanted answers. And Kayla, do you know what the answer I was given?
birth control.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I was given birth control and I was told that that was the healthy, responsible thing to do. And of
Ugh,
course, I wanted to be healthy and I wanted to be responsible. But I was also told this, that if I ever wanted to get pregnant, IVF was probably my best shot
oh my
at having
goodness.
children. Now, granted, I was in high school. Having children was nowhere on my radar. I did not know
Yeah.
what IVF even stood for.
Ugh,
So I took the pill for several years. Um, Now it did, of course, regulate my cycle, which you're not really having a cycle when you're on the
right.
pill. You're just having a withdrawal bleed, but I knew what to expect. It did help the pain a little bit. It will help cover up those symptoms, but the fatigue was still uncontrollable and it really caused a significant amount of weight gain. I was not feeling well. Well,
Mm,
fast forward, I was at university studying. My background is in biology. Absolutely love the female body
mm,
and the human body in general. And so I remember sitting in my anatomy and physiology lecture hall, and we were studying female reproductive anatomy and
mm.
physiology. And the professor gave a lecture on the mechanism of the birth control pill and how it works and how it actually shuts down the connection between the pituitary gland and the ovaries. And
Mm.
for me, a light bulb went on. Here I was, a college student. I was really health oriented. I was working out and eating organic and trying to do all of the right things. But yet I realized I was putting this synthetic hormone in my body that was basically shutting down the system. It was a
Wow.
band-aid effect. It was not getting to the
Mm,
root cause. So I went back to my college dorm room. I threw away the pill packet and I started searching for answers,
mm,
which led me to charting my cycle. Charting my cycle really established a pattern that allowed me to work with restorative reproductive medical clinicians and doctors to get to the root cause of my issue, which for me, it was PCOS, polycystic
okay.
ovarian
Mhm.
syndrome. Thankfully, I was able to achieve a pregnancy the first time without
Yay.
really a problem. It was actually after a long journey of really attuning too much to my health, to eating well, to letting my body cycle naturally. But then I did struggle with secondary infertility.
Mm.
And it was through this, it really was a transformational experience from that embarrassing moment as a foreign exchange student to understanding that I can really be in control and have autonomy of how I control my reproductive health, to
Mm.
then learning through a 13-month allied health program how to teach women to chart their cycles according to a medical management model. That was 15 years ago and I haven't looked back. So
Wow.
here I am now. I have my own program, Chart Your Cycle. I've
Mm.
co-developed a charting app that allows women to confidently and confidentially track some very intimate data with their reproductive health.
Oh, I love that. And I am a big fan of charting your cycle. And I feel like not enough women know to do this or have been taught this. I always say I wish I could go back to my 13-year-old self and teach me how to chart my own cycle because it would have saved me years of birth control use. It would have saved me probably my infertility. So I love that you're talking about this.
And Keela, what you are saying is so spot on. I hear it time and
Mm.
time again with the women that I work with. Why have I not ever heard about this before? I work a lot. One of the first steps that I do in working with women is we have to let go of that guilt. You
Mm.
are here where you are in the moment for a reason, and we cannot change the past. But yes, young girls, they do have a desire to know their bodies. And I think they feel like they're being kind of sold a lie when they're told that the responsible, healthy thing is to be on the pill.
Mm.
Unfortunately, I work with a lot of women who probably have a similar story to you, where years of birth control, struggling with infertility, and they're kind of upset at first when they learn about this, that there is another way and that they weren't told this in the beginning. I unfortunately am not the only one that was told the pill is what you need to do to be responsible and healthy, and the IVF is your only option. I hear it again and again and again from women.
It's so crazy. And I find too that, when I started going down my fertility road and not being able to get pregnant, I wasn't even charting the basic things of, are you ovulating? Do you have cervical mucus? Do you know when to have sex? Like, I was taught you just have sex and you get pregnant. Be careful. Don't have sex or you might get pregnant.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And we have to understand that every time a guy has sex, he can get a woman pregnant. But every time a woman has sex, she cannot get pregnant. It's a very fundamental basic truth that women cycle through these times of fertility and infertility. And for the majority of the cycle, we're actually experiencing infertility. The fertile window is only actually at most, like this is prime fertility, 8 days of the cycle, but we're really talking like 5 to 6 days, with good, healthy fertility. For women struggling with subfertility, that window is probably shortened even more.
Yeah. So where would you start for somebody that wants to start charting their cycle? What would be kind of the easiest way to do that?
Yeah. So I guess I'll just kind of talk about the program that I've created, because I have been doing this a while. There are a lot of really fantastic resources, whether it be a do-it-yourself approach to working with a coach. So it all depends on what your personal needs and motivations are. In my program, Chart Your Cycle, it is designed specifically for busy women who want to take control of their reproductive health. So when you enroll in my program, you have immediate access to the Chart Your Cycle Foundations course that you work through on your own. You have access to the Chart Neo app that is where we record the data and you start collecting the data. And then we really have a dynamic support system in our program. So we have 3 coaches for the one-on-one work. We have monthly group coaching sessions and the secure messaging center. So with the secure messaging center in my program, we do treat a well-charted cycle like a confidential health record. So everything is GDPR and HIPAA compatible. When you submit a secure messaging center, your coach has immediate access to your intake, to your chart. They can do a thorough evaluation and they will get back to you within 24 hours. Typically it's same day, but our policy is Monday through Friday, a 24-hour turnaround on those secure messages. So if you are working with a doctor, if you need to prepare your chart, if you're doing cycle-targeted therapies or cycle-targeted testing, sometimes you need an extra set of eyes on your chart to make sure that you're navigating that information correctly. And that's the support that we offer.
I love that. And I really wish that this would be something in every doctor's office, in every medical clinic. They had access to our cycle charts so they could see. I mean, I feel like, I don't know about you, but I feel like our cycle is such a huge piece of our health report card. And so
yes. So this wish,
so important.
Yeah, so this wish that you have is actually my vision and my goal. So with the Chart Neo app and web platform, again, this HIPAA compatible and GDPR program, we have created it so that we can start implementing it into doctors' offices and hospitals. So that's part of the work that I do, is to network with physicians who take a restorative approach to reproductive medicine and saying, hey, we have this tool so that you can easily access your client's well-charted cycle, which is documented in the medical literature as a 5th vital sign in women. So if a woman knows how to chart this information and communicate it with her doctor, wow. I mean, the playing field is just elevated to a level that it's just superior to what we are doing when you're asked when's the last day of the first day of your last menstrual period, and what's your cycle like. That's very, very vague. But if we can say, this is the day I started, this is my bleeding pattern, this is my luteal phase length, this is what I experienced in my follicular phase, this is not only if I ovulate, but the quality of my ovulatory event. These are the symptoms that I experience along with it. These are the medications I'm taking on specific days. These are the reactions to those medications. This is my energy level. I mean, it's a beautiful picture that really allows you to create a customized plan, which really is the flip side of what we do with approaches like IVF, where a woman, I've seen so many experiences of women going through it where they really feel like their body's hijacked. That's what I hear again and again. I feel like my body's hijacked. I'm not being treated like a person. I'm just being pushed through a system. And a lot of time IVF, even the creator, one of the founders himself, his name is leaving me at the moment, but he said that it's a technology that's being overused for monetary gain. A lot of times we're circumventing just restoring women's health at the expense of this multi-million-dollar industry.
And I believe it. And I say that all the time. I mean, not to knock a doctor, but if you go to a reproductive doctor, that's what they're trained to do, a prescription or a procedure, IVF, IUI, fertility drugs, that's their wheelhouse. Whereas if you come to a naturopath, a holistic practitioner, a coach, like we're looking at root cause and we're looking at why is your body doing these things and what can we do to help it naturally fix itself.
Yes, we are setting up our clients for success because not only do we want you to achieve a pregnancy, we want you to feel well. We want you to enjoy the process.
Yes.
We want you to set you up so that you and baby are prepared for a lifetime of vitality.
Exactly. I know. I always say that too, is, you might come to a coach or come to me because you want help getting pregnant, but then you're having this amazing pregnancy and this healthy baby. And then afterwards you're in the best shape of your life because your habits are changed. And so it's just this whole, lifestyle approach that's just beautiful.
And I'm sure you can relate to my mantra. I always say there are no shortcuts to any place worth growing. It is hard work. This is an approach that takes time, patience, persistence, and perseverance, but the reward at the end is worth it. And we can't always guarantee the reward at the end. We can't always say, I guarantee that you'll get pregnant, but I can guarantee if you put the work in, you will be a better person for it.
Right. Exactly. Oh, I love it. And so let's talk a little more about some things that we can do if we are having an irregular cycle, or if we find some things are off, or there's some natural remedies that we can, maybe 3 things that we could start doing today to try to help us get back on track.
Yeah. So first I would suggest charting your cycle, because we first of all want to understand, why is it that you are irregular? Is this a consistent pattern, or is this a one-off cycle? And with that irregularity, can we establish any type of pattern within the irregularity, or is it completely erratic? So we have to know what parameters we are working with. And then 2, a lot of times hormonal imbalance is a result of inflammation in the body. So really working on living an anti-inflammatory lifestyle. And that kind of leads to the third of really honing an anti-inflammatory lifestyle to your specific needs and resources. What do you have available to you that can help to optimize your health and reduce inflammation? With some simple places to start that are just very, very basic, which I'm sure you will agree with, is sleep. Are you sleeping enough? Are you drinking enough of the right things?
Right.
And what are you putting into your body? And how much are you sweating? How are you moving your body? And I tend to not call it exercise. I call it body movement, because I think women, a lot of times when we hear exercise, we automatically go to this place of an unattainable a goal or desire that's really actually unhealthy. Moving our body in a healthy and enjoyable way is very different than killing ourselves in a very intense workout 5 days a week.
Right.
Hey y'all, it's Coach Kayla here. I hope you are loving this episode as much as I am. We will be back in just a minute, but first, a word from our sponsors.
Today's sponsor of the Hormone P.U.Z.Z.L.E Podcast is Keep Me Safe Organics, an all-natural beauty and skincare company. At Keep Me Safe, they combine personal development with an amazing product line that gives you confidence that you are reducing the toxins found in your homes. Today, we invite you to join us in part to help them do what they are doing, and that is reducing the toxins that are going into your body's largest organ, which is your skin. Indulge your senses, fall in love with our brand new shampoo and conditioner, and while you're there, check out their extensive array of safe for you and baby products. You can visit my.keepmesafeworldwide.com/Coach Kayla. And since you're a VIP, enter code Coach Kayla at checkout for 10% off your entire purchase. You will find everything from shower essentials to makeup to skincare, and you can be sure that it's safe for you before, during, and after your pregnancy, and safe for your baby as well as the whole family. I'm a big fan of cycle syncing your exercise.
Yes.
Listening to your body, intuitively exercising based on your energy levels. And so you're kind of flowing through exercise and you're moving because it's fun, not because you're doing like some militant, I got to lose weight type of exercise.
That's so true. And we are hormonal roller coasters. It's really part of what I call like the feminine creativity, that feminine genius within us. I mean, we're not little men. Men, if they were to chart their cycle, they're always ready to go.
Right.
It's an on or off switch, but we are really like an enigma. I mean, and we have been throughout history. And if we learn to tap into our energies of when we are most creative, when we can really create that to-do list, and when we can execute that to-do list, when we really need to retrieve into ourselves, give ourselves extra sleep, when we can really push and stretch ourselves and take risk. It really is. I mean, just the female body, I think, is just such an incredible mystery that thanks to modern science, we are able to understand it at a level to where, like you said, we can sync with it. We can biohack it for optimal performance.
Yes, I love that. And I find too that infertility is it's a very masculine energy. It's like, what can I do? I need to eat this. I need to do this. I need to get this test. But let's focus more on that feminine energy and just being and letting our body kind of move and flow through our seasons. And so I love that we're talking about this because it's so very important and so powerful.
It is. And it's challenging. It is challenging when we listen to the messaging in the world of, it kind of sounds very loosey-goosey, but it's actually an art. And it is something that you have to practice daily in order to really understand. It all comes down to a daily, and that would be, I think I maybe already mentioned 3 things, but I think most importantly is having a daily mindfulness and gratitude practice for your beautiful body. Because, women's bodies come in all shapes, sizes, and forms, but everyone is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And so we need to honor that within us.
I love that. And I'm a huge fan of, taking some time to do that, practice meditation, journal and be grateful, because I feel like when we're in that energy, it's so much easier to kind of move through life, to be thriving and happy and fertile. So I love that you say that. And that leads me into our my next thought is, stress. Stress is such a huge piece of the hormone puzzle, of the, overall health puzzle. So let's talk a little more about that. How do you see stress popping up in the fertility and hormone space, and what can we do to kind of manage that?
Stress has a huge impact on fertility and on the overall menstrual cycle. So a well-charted cycle really gives us a barometer of our overall health. And if we're integrated, we're not a body of all of these different biological systems. They all work and communicate together. So stress, whether a positive or a negative stress, can have impact on our fertility. Even in a woman with normal fertility, the theory and idea behind this really comes from like an evolutionary perspective of kind of this flight or fight response. If we're running for survival from, lions and tigers, all energy goes to that survival mode, and our reproductive system will kind of be suppressed. So but that same stress, we're not running from, tigers and lions, but we're running from everyday stressors that are at a constant level. So what happens is if we are experiencing undue stress during a time when our body is trying to ovulate, as a natural defense mechanism, our body will actually suppress that ovulatory event until the stress is relieved, so that we are not achieving a pregnancy at a time where our body really can't be at optimal performance to sustain a healthy pregnancy. So if we are under chronic stress, it really has an impact on the overall ovulatory process. And the ovulatory process, so we have the first day of menstrual bleeding to ovulation. That's what we think of. The ovulatory event is really kind of the navigator of the cycle. But follicular development is a 100-day process. So
Right.
from that first follicular recruitment until the time that egg reaches maturity and is released from the ovary, you're talking about upwards of 3 months.
Wow.
So stress can really have an impact, and it's not immediate. It's not like I'm stressed today, so I'm not going to ovulate. It's okay. Yeah, maybe this last couple of weeks have been stressful, so I may not ovulate well this cycle, but that will also impact future cycles going forward. So really addressing stress and getting it under control. And I think that women today, that's a real challenge, especially, I mean, I live in suburbia with a busy household. And I mean, I hate to say this, in the time of COVID, it has actually forced our family to slow down. My stress levels have really decreased because of the slower pace of life.
Wow.
Thankfully
nice.
that we've been healthy and we haven't been affected by the virus. So, I'm sure that would have a huge stressful burden on us. But a lot of us, we're just going too hard, too fast for too long. And it really starts to wear down on our overall health, including our fertility.
For sure. Yes. So just slow down, do some meditation, do some gratitude, and I love it.
Yeah. We say that, right? It's easy to say.
Right.
It's in theory, it's easy. In practice, it's very, very hard. And so that's why I really encourage, the work that you're doing, the work that I do in coaching. So coaching work is about building a partnership with your client. It's not about me telling you what to do and then you doing it. It's us deciding together what's the best next step for you to reach your goals. And sometimes we need that support when we're trying to navigate and reduce the stress in our life. So I know, Kayla, the work that you do is so important for women out there who are looking to really take their health into their own hands.
I love it. So very true. So tell us more about where we can find you. Tell us more about the app, how my listeners can have access to that.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can find me at melissabuchan.com. Fairly easy. And actually, we have really exciting news. We have just grown our team to a team of 5. So we've got 3 really incredible chart your cycle coaches that you can choose to work with, and a really great support team as well. So check that out. The best way really is to schedule a discovery call. So if you go to melissabuchan.com, you'll see a space to schedule your discovery call. That's exactly what it is. It's a free complimentary coaching session where we really allow and create a space for you to explore and share your needs. Of course, we'll share about our program, but the whole goal of this time together is what's the next best step for you? If it's the program, we'll invite you in. If the program's not a good fit for you, then we will give you recommendations and resources of what might be the next best step for you. The Chart.io app, this is available on the Play Store and App Store, so you can download it. There is a 45-day free trial, and then it's really affordable. It's only about $10 a year, which is really great for a platform that is HIPAA and GDPR compatible. In my program, if you enroll in my program, we actually waive the fee for the app, so there's no additional fee there. So anybody can use the app. I will say, because this app is based on a medical management model and it works best working with a coach, it's probably confusing if you're not working with somebody learning how to track according to a medical management model. But once you are in a program that does support the new fertility app, then you can have access to the secure messaging center. So my program does offer that, where you then have access directly to a one-on-one coach where you have that one-on-one support.
Oh, I love it. Such a great resource, and everybody needs to take advantage of that. So thank you for that. Yes.
Absolutely.
So any final thoughts before we close out here today?
This has been such a pleasure. And if for all of those who are listening out there, if you are struggling with infertility, irregular cycles, or really just have a desire to know your body better, I encourage you to begin by charting your cycle. And if you do decide to chart your cycle, I really encourage you to take a positivity approach. Be thankful for your beautiful body. Charting your cycle is a daily empowerment practice. It really is going to take you to the next level of understanding who you are as a woman.
I love it. Oh, Melissa, thank you so much. It's been so fun getting to know you and having you on the show. So thank you for being here.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks so much.
All right. Well, thanks for listening, everybody, and we will talk to you next time. Bye.
Hey, hang on just 1 second before you go. I want to make sure that you are aware of all of the amazing free resources that I have for you on my website at coachkayla.com. from a fertility meal plan, a cycle syncing quick start guide, a holistic healing cookbook, as well as master classes, blog posts by me and some amazing experts in the fields of fertility, hormones, and nutrition. So many wonderful resources that will help you on your journey. And I wish there had been something like this when I was going through my 2 years of infertility, but there just wasn't. And so that's why I decided to create all of this for you. So make sure that you go and check it out and you take advantage of this plethora of support that I have provided for you. And spoiler alert, these were some of the same tricks and the same foods that I used to get myself pregnant, not once, but twice, even after my doctors said that I couldn't. So I know that these things work. Make sure you take advantage of that. And I cannot wait for you to be my next success story. So thanks, love. See you soon. Thanks for tuning in today to the Hormone Puzzle Podcast. Check out the show notes for today's episode at CoachKayla.com. If you like what you hear, please subscribe and leave a review. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you next week.